Hey, it's John Forget with Elements Realty Group with another monthly market update, not weekly, monthly. This one's going to be for September 2020, and I'm breaking this up into 4 different segments, and I'm including 4 different links, but I'm only going to show you how to go through this one time. So I'm including the links for Riviera Nayarit condos, Riviera Nayarit homes, Puerto Vallarta homes, and Puerto Vallarta condos. So as I go through this and show you what to do, you'll be able to do this yourself, and you will be equipped to know what is going on with real estate in the area. So let's take a look and see what's going on with our market summary. For Riviera Nayarit condos for September 2020, let's start off with the number of listings, and that is going to tell our active listings, which are all of the listings that are currently on the market, our pending listings, how many of those sold, our new listings, and our sold listings. One thing I do want to point out is you can click, so that way you can go over and find out exactly what the number is. So we've got right now active 560 versus a year ago we had 308. I'm also going to show you how you can go through and find all of these numbers down below, and it's going to make a little bit more sense, especially if you use Excel for anything at all. For our listing prices, we've got our active average list price. This is the entire MLS for Riviera Nayarit condos divided by the number of listings, and that's going to give you the active. Now, our new active is for the month of September. So any new listings that hit the market, then it takes the divided by the number of listings, it adds up the volume, divide by the number of listings, that's going to give you the active list price. Our pended average list price, remember when something is pended, we don't know what it's closing for, so it's only based upon the list price, but it shows you the pended average list price. Our sold average list price, it's the same. Our sold average sale price is the sold listings for what it actually sold for, added up the total volume and then divided by the number of listings. Our active median list price, the median is kind of a different concept. I don't understand why it's here, but it obviously means something. If I've got 5 listings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that volume adds up to $1 million, the average list price would be $200,000. The median would be the third item in the middle from the lowest to the highest. So if I've got 100,000, 120,000, 160,000, then 700,000 and $1.5 million, it's still 160,000 is my median because that is the place of that listing. That third listing out of the theoretical 5. So that is what the median is, and those remaining ones you'll be able to figure out yourself. The absorption rate is how long, if the market was to stop today and only continue at our current monthly absorption, how long would we have of inventory on the market? Well, in October 2019, it was 18.48 months. Right now, we're at 41.23. Now, that is your month to month to month. Now, we've got a year to date as well, which is going to show something a little different. But I do want you to know that this is just the at a glance for the month of September. So for sold to list ratio, we've got sale to original list price ratio. If something was originally listed at $1 million, that's what it hit the market at, and it sold for $700,000, well, that would be $700,000 to that $1 million. Now, if we had lowered the price by $200,000 and it was $800,000 versus it sold for $700,000, that would be the sale to list price ratio. The list price is what it is now. The original list price was when it hit the MLS. The reason that these some go over and under on each side is that this last year has been very strange and very active, and we've raised prices on the MLS during the list process, and then we've lowered the prices maybe currently. So that is why that discrepancy in what you're seeing here. Our days on market, we've got, it started in October of 19 at 258, and now we're at 313.6. That's pretty straightforward. That's the average for our sold that is on the market before it gets sold. Obviously, we've got some properties that have been on the market for years and some that just sell right away, but this is the average. Our price volume, our active list volume, is everything on the MLS divided by the number of listings. Our pended list volume is that same. It's that added up and divided by the number of listings. Our sold is for the month that it is represented here. So September, added up all the volume divided by the number of listings. Our new list volume, the same, and our sold list volume, the same. Our summary statistics is where things get really interesting, because we've got those things that were showed up above, the 41.23 divided versus the 19.57, but that is a month over month. So September 2020 over September 2019. Well, this shows us our year to date. So the year to date up until the end of September was 17.48 months for the absorption rate. It is now 34.88. So over a year, the year over year, we're at about 100%. It's pretty much above 100%, but month over month, we're currently 110%. Now, what does that mean? By the month, it's very difficult because this has been an abnormally active month, September, but who knows? I mean, it could be anything, but right now, this is just what it is. The average list price, that month over month is what it shows in the box, but the year to date is also very important, because last year to date, it was $483,000 was our average list price. Right now, we're at $359,000. So previously, we either had more expensive properties for sale or the prices come down. It's more than likely just that we have less expensive properties for sale right now. Especially with the weakness of the peso, we've got less people selling because in Mexico, they do not recognize the US dollar sale, they recognize the peso. So on the day of the sale, when a person buys something, the Mexican government assigns a peso value. So if that peso value was 10 to 1, which is what it was, we'll say 10 years ago, if they paid $100,000, the Mexican government says, oh, you paid 1,000,000 pesos. Well, now you go to sell now and it's 20 to 1. And if they sell for that same 100,000, it would be 1,000,000 peso capital gain. So it's a crazy time right now to sell, but there are people who still want to sell or who bought later and they've got a higher peso exchange rate. But let's just go look back at this here. Median, it's crazy. Average sale price, median sale price, days on market. We've also got our year to date over here. So please check those out. So this shows our actual sold listings for the month. We had 18 last year, 9 this year. Where it gets crazy is the pended. So this last year we had 6, this year 29. So a pended listing is just one that hasn't sold but is funded in escrow so far. So it is a 99% chance of closing. But our year to date, over 4.8%. So what that means is that we've sold more than we did last year. And if you listen to other people, they're like, doesn't make sense. Well, the thing is it's going to be a smaller amount versus last year. So our active listings, we had 318 the year previously. This year is 560. I mean, Bucerius Life is 104 to 110 new listings. But our year to date, it's increased 50.1 our year to date, because we had 577 last year, 866 this year. And if we go to our new listings, we had 7 previously. Now we've got 12. Previous to that, it was 281 versus 445. This includes the new developments as well. So that's why it's showing you 58.4. So if you have any questions about this, please give me a call, email me. My information is below, but I do have the links to all of the Riviera Nayarit condos and homes and Puerto Vallarta homes and condos, and you can do this yourself and see for yourself exactly what's going on in the market. So I will see you very soon with another weekly market update or monthly market update, but probably a weekly market update. Thanks for that. We will see you very soon. Bye now.